What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another pre-week technical analysis breakdown here with Corey Smith out of CoreFX, coming to you through T3 Live. I hope you just watched the previous video where I go over the entire breakdown of last week and the week ahead as far as each individual currency's index on the technical charts, but mainly I cover what happened around the world last week, what's going on in the news events, and then what's going on next week, what to be looking for. It is December 9th. We are moving into a new week here in the holiday month, and tomorrow, December 10th, is Sunday when markets reopen back in New Zealand and get the trading week started. So, what I do in this video here is I do a quick little breakdown of the major US cross pairs, and then I go over a couple of the other pairs that I like, as well as I'll break down gold and the S&P 500 quickly in this video too. Give you guys a little bit of an idea where these charts are at technically moving forward to begin the week. Give a little bit of a bias as to where I'm expecting things to be going. But again, as with trading, you have to stay on your toes. You have to be ready to adjust to anything. Never anchor yourself to any one belief. Never worry about being wrong, worry about being right. Just worry about making money. And we do that by being on the right side of the moves. So I get a bias at the beginning of the week as to where I'm expecting things to go, but that can change at the drop of a hat. And instead of me being all mad that I'm wrong or not accepting the fact that I'm wrong, I just move along with the markets and now look for other opportunities in the direction markets are telling me to. So I'll go ahead and get this week started here as usual with the euro dollar. As you can see, the euro dollar was in this high base up here last week on this strong resistance level, and we did see a break lower, breaking this uptrend line. Came down and retested this 50 SMA here, gave us a little bit of a doji candle here, gravestone doji. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm still bullish as long as price remains above this 50 SMA and really hasn't violated this higher low that we made here. So we can see out of the euro another push up to retest this zone here. Then again, price also easily could continue to roll over. But I will be still looking a little bit to the upside. We still got this 20 SMA sloping upwards, still have structure being held, and the 50 SMA held price with a candlestick reversal pattern. And possibly could be a Fibonacci level if we throw this fib out here. And we are on the 50% Fibonacci level as well, which is strong support. So upside move is potentially possible here to start the week out of the euro. Pound stayed range bound this week as we had some choppy up and down moves out of the pound all week. It is still above this strong weekly resistance though. Resistance turn support, sorry. And really what I'm looking for on this chart is a break of 136 level here, because that could be a very significant move. As we had this big strong Brexit gap lower, we could have this break be significant, and we have some strong move up to this purple monthly zone up here. So I'll be looking for buying opportunities still on the pound moving forward into this week. Dollar CAD, we saw we were in a strong uptrend. We came up to test the higher high last week, and then we saw this extremely strong bearish sell-off here off of Canada's news and the strong CAD. But we bottomed out back here on support, still respecting structure, so we are now in a high base range within an uptrend. We respected the 50 SMA and the lower high that we set here after this pullback, and we're still respecting these levels, so we're in a range-bound move. However, we've bounced up now back to resistance. So I will be looking for long opportunities, and a break of 129 would be a significant level here to continue to the upside. Aussie dollar, beautiful chart, beautiful break lower this week as we expected. We saw this shooting star candle here off of resistance, and what did price do? It sold off strong for 3 days afterwards, and we broke out of this level. It did set this new lower low as I expected last week. It hit a strong weekly trend line and support level here though. As you can see, it's a nice level looking left, and then we zoom out and we can see this weekly trend line in this channel that we are now coming back to retest. So this is going to be a strong level for it to break. We could see a little bit of a rally back up to retest this, or even come up a little bit above it before rolling over, but I am still expecting downside move out of the Aussie, and until anything changes, that's where I'll be looking. Moving to New Zealand dollar, it has been choppy, and as you guys, if you guys remember last week, I had showed that we are in a falling wedge pattern in a downtrend, which is actually a reversal. However, it has now changed the pattern to me in my eyes to be a bear pennant, so I'm still bearish on it as I was still last week, but I'm a little less hesitant of a break to the upside now. I am more on the bearish side of things. And I think if we drop it lower here, we're on a strong support level. Yeah, so we're on a strong support here. So we'll see if we can get a break to the downside, break out of this bear pennant, and potentially break this low here. As we saw, the New Zealand dollar on its index chart is at a very critical support on the weekly level. So a break on that could send it this lower, and that's what we'll be watching for here. Dollar yen, we last week had come back up to test this resistance, which was a Fibonacci level, and we thought we could see a rollover to the downside, continue moving lower. However, the yen was weak all week, and we saw the dollar strong, so we did break higher. And we're now at this resistance level, but now I'll be switching to looking for buying opportunities, looking for pullbacks or breakouts within this to look to get into the trend now that is to the upside. Dollar Swiss franc was moving lower. Strong move this week. Broke trend line, broke 50 SMA, broke 20 SMA, came up and hit this resistance. Back to the upside. Not the best looking chart. Not too crazy about it. But all in all, technicals are saying look to the upside. So look for long opportunities. So we'll have to see how this week goes. But that is how I'm starting the week with that look. Now taking us over to gold. We had a very strong, very strong bearish move out of gold this week. We broke the 200 SMA. We broke strong weekly support. 20 SMA and 50 SMA crossed and are now sloping downward. And we had a very strong bearish move. So this is a big bearish sign for the for gold moving into this week. Could see a rally back up to this resistance as we're pretty overextended right now before continuing lower, but all eyes are to the downside now with gold as it broke this level. It's been trading above for a long time, so we'll have to see what happens here moving forward, but definitely some bearishness out of gold. S&P 500, we are still in this strong moving uptrend, still ripping higher. A little bit of a choppy week this week, but we are still in this high base pattern now, moving to the upside to retest highs again, and all eyes are going to continue to be north. We're going to continue looking long out of the equities in the U.S. as that is what the chart's telling us, that's what data is telling us. That's where money is heading. So until that changes, we are still looking for higher highs and moves to the upside out of the S&P 500 and the U.S. equities. Only two other really charts I wanted to quickly take a look at with you guys this week. One of them is a chart that I typically don't like to trade, but I do like where it's at right now, the Euro Swiss franc. They're a very highly correlated pair, as the European economy and the Swiss economy are very highly correlated. But as you can see, this uptrend line has been respected beautifully. We have the SMAs moving very nicely upwards with a nice spacing between them, showing us a nice uptrend. And then you can see this very significant resistance has been holding. We've tested it multiple times, and as we've been testing the resistance, the highs have been getting higher. The lows, have been getting higher and higher as we are condensing price under this. Think of it as a spring being compressed. The tighter and tighter it gets, when it finally does pop out, it explodes higher. So really, I'm looking for a break to the upside out of this pair. I think we can see a very strong move if this breaks higher. We're in a strong, nice uptrend, and it's just a beautiful technical ascending triangle pattern below this strong resistance. So I will be looking for longs in this pair to start the week, as it could see a strong breakout. And the only other pair I really wanted to cover real quick was New Zealand Swiss franc. This is another nice looking technical pair. As you can see, we're making a series of lower lows and lower highs as the market moves in a beautiful downtrend here. Made this lower low, pushed up to retest this beautiful structure. So as we say here, markets move in structures. So we have the lower low, we have the lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We ranged around here a little bit, but now we've rallied back up to make a lower high, which is also right on the structure of where this lower low was made. So we had support, broken, now resistance. Prices come back up, retested resistance, and you can see we got this nice bearish move off it. If we take it down a notch time frame, I bet you can see, you can see that strong bearish move a lot better. We had this counter trend line break, and we now have nice move to the downside. The thing I like about these kind of setups is if you find a nice entry point, you have a nice place to put your stop right above this resistance. Perfectly easy to find. Great place to put your initial target right at the bottom of this prior move to the downside. So depending on where you enter, you have a great risk to reward setup. It's clear and easy as day to find your stops and your targets. And this pair is just showing some nice move to the downside from me. Hit that resistance, which is also a Fibonacci level, I believe. As you can see, we got a 382 Fibonacci level on this resistance, so great opportunity here. I think this could be a strong move to the downside this week. We'll have to wait and see, but those are just some of the charts that I like moving into the beginning of the week there, guys. So thank you for staying tuned to the video and checking this out. I hope you like these videos, guys. Leave any comments for any recommendations, any particular pairs you want me to cover, anything like that. Shoot me an email, Corey@CoreFXTrading.com. Leave a comment on here. Reach out to me if you want, and I can surely cover something for you guys. But thank you very much for staying tuned. Make sure you follow and subscribe to the page here at T3 Live. They have a great trading network on here. A lot of awesome content from a lot of very highly skilled traders. So make sure to check them out. Make sure you check me out, CoreFX, Corey Smith. Thank you guys for staying tuned. I appreciate it. I hope these videos show some kind of value to you guys, and I will catch you next week.